games, and they've got 9 complete games. That is absolutely absurd. All right, Georgina Cork in the circle. She will throw our game's first pitch, and as per usual, it is a strike. Strike one call to the leadoff batter for Texas, Jaylen Allchin.
It's been fun to see Georgina make her debut recently. Was playing in Japan professionally, and is coming back home. Playing in Utah, her home market for the first time this season, but she's going to work side to side. You saw the breakdown between that curveball and her screwball.
Jaylen Allchin, Riley Boone, Deja Mulipola batting in the first inning. It is a gorgeous day here in Salt Lake City. Surprisingly cool temperatures in the high 70s. Just missed. It's no, called strike 3. That was a late call by the home plate umpire, Scott Talons. It's a strikeout to begin the game for Cork. And the Texas Volts coming off a weekend sweep. They got swept away by the Portland Cascade. They have Lassiter, Boone, Deja Mulipola, Aaliyah Binford, Jackie Liss, Sierra Romero. As Boone tries the little small ball, doesn't work. Cork fields her position well. 2 down. Bottom part of the lineup, Sierra Romero, Rachel Garcia, Infield, and good. All right, third member of our team, Sydney Supley. Sydney, what's going on?
Thanks, Eric. When I talked to Volt head coach, Coach Woodard, she said, we know we're going against our toughest task with this dominant pitching staff. It's all going to be about the chess match. Whatever they punch first, how can we adjust as a lineup? We see them get out to a hot start, but they want to adjust deeper in counts better. And their number one goal tonight is, can we get into the Talons bullpen? But she also made it clear, they're not a team that backs down to any challenge, Eric.
Thank you, Sydney. Very few teams get into this bullpen. It is amazing, not only how good they are, how efficient they are as a staff.
9 complete games, which leads the league.
That's like 90s era softball, back when you'd give your ball to your ace and say, finish off what you started.
Yeah, a season ago, our league as a total only had 8. And so the Talons so far, you add Georgina Cork, Montana Fouts, Megan Framo, you add all of their experience in the league a season ago, and they have been absolutely rolling.
Another call, third strike. Cork only needs 9. Cork retires the side with 10 pitches in the top of the first inning. Now the Utah Talons will bat against Nigeri Kennedy.
And she's been getting some work early in this season for the Volts. The rookie out of Texas Tech will be known for her rise ball, her curveball. I've seen her throw her changeup a ton this season, just knowing the fact that there's so much power in this league and you have to find your ways to keep hitters off balance. But I feel like she's been improving every single outing that we've seen her.
This is the lineup she'll face. Kaylee Wyckoff leads things off. Allchin, Woolery, College Player of the Year. Jada Coleman, Sarah Gordon, Bree Ellis, Savannah Jaquish, the great Hannah Flippin, and Aaliyah Andrews. Andrews usually is the leadoff batter. Today she's hitting in the second leadoff spot, the 9-hole, and Wyckoff gets a chance to lead things off. Nigeri Kennedy, maybe the most important softball player of the last 2 years. Played at Texas Tech. So much talk, so much ballyhoo. Trying to figure out this pro game.
And you saw the Arsenal 70 miles an hour, and you're going to zone up. The ball is spinning up, whether it's her rise ball that she can throw on either side of the plate, on any plane, or her curveball. I love that spot right there. A curveball in tight to a lefty. I haven't seen that pitch a ton so far this season. That pitch is going to keep left-handed hitters honest.
We have seen a grand total of 14 combined pitches now, and we've not seen a full swing in our game. In the top of the first inning against Georgina Cork, just 1 half swing on a ball hit by Boone. Besides that, nothing but balls that have been taken for strikes or pitches that have missed the strike zone. It's kind of crazy way to start the game.
There it is, the first swing. First full swing, we should say. Yeah, that first half inning from Georgina Cork, my goodness, it was like blink and you missed it. 9 pitches and she was out of there.
3-2 pitch, and again a foul ball off of Wyckoff's body. We'll do it again.
Such a good spot, going in tight, being fearless. especially knowing that the hit by pitch has been an issue for this Volts pitching staff as a whole.
Took something off it, pop up, caught by the second. So it took a bit, but Kennedy retires Wyckoff. Let's talk about the defense for the Texas Volts. You got Deja Mulipola in left field. That is odd. She is normally a really good catcher. She's out in the outfield today. We'll talk about that more. Lassiter and Boone in the outfield with her. List good left side at infield. Romero Garcia on the right side. The catcher is Edenfield. And a chance for Mulipola. Has to pull up. Ball lands in front of her. Jaylen Allchin with the base hit.
Well, this is the hottest bat in this Talons lineup, Jaylen Allchin. She's been doing it since opening day and has been moved up to that 2-hole to make sure that she gets as much action as she can. She's a threat on the bases, but she's just been spraying the field so well.
Here's Jordan Woolery looking for her first professional homer. She's off to a great start. She's hitting .355, but she does not have a homer. 11 hits, none have left the building. It's about as good as it gets. Star power in the right-handed batter's box. Star power in the circle. Right back to Kennedy. Going to be a double play. Johnny on the spot. The ball finds Kennedy. Quickly gets it over to first to double up Allchin. So 11 pitches needed by Nyjah to retire the side.
You see the design where it is written, bless this nest. That is the team's motto. And I can tell you one thing for certain, Eric. When this team got their rings, they already said, we're hungry for ring number 2.
Wow, really cool. Nice touch. Fantastic stuff. Thank you, Sydney. Yeah, a large chunk of this 2025 championship team is running it back. Some important players, Tori Vidalis, not with the team this year. But it's kind of fun just to see them win it last year, get rewarded, and really not take the foot off the gas this year.
Yeah, the offensive numbers are down a little bit if you compare the stats from this season to a season ago. Of course, like a Tori Vidalis or a Sydney Romero, because of the expansion draft, are going their ways, right? Every team wants a Tori Vidalis or a Sydney Romero, but GM Lisa Fernandez, you could tell that one thing was certain, that she wanted to make sure she kept her pitching staff exactly the way that it was, because the pitching was the reason that the Talons won a season ago. Just kind of pretty simple. Yes, the hitting was clutch and so good, but if you don't have a Georgina Korick, a Montana Fouts, or a Megan Faramo, you are not in the position that they were a season ago. And man, they look, if not better than they did a season ago in the circle. The numbers are just sparkling. Shocking
how good they've been this year. Softly right side. Chance for Savannah Jaquish. And Jaquish does a good job. Savannah Jaquish has been a pro for over a decade, but you haven't seen her at second base very often. It's going to be interesting to see how she can manage that spot.
Ooh, that's nice. There's a lot of bling there. Wow. Ooh, and then you have the little logo on the side.
All right, Aaliyah Binford out number 1 here in the second inning. Now Jackie Liss an opportunity. Liss fists this one shallow center field, and it will drop. That's the first base hit allowed by Korick. One out base runner here in our second inning.
There's a lot of space in this outfield. 225 down the lines, 235 out in center, and so Jada Coleman, she has a ton of speed out there, but she has to protect all that space. If it's a normal field, maybe that's a ball that she's able to catch.
Here's the veteran Sierra Romero, called strike 1 to Sierra. 3 hits on the year for Romero. 2 of them have been homers. Has 6 runs batted in. She knows, after facing Korick for so many years, that Gina's going to fill up the strike zone. You better be ready. Three-pitch strikeout for Korick. Korick has now struck out 3 of the first 6 batters she's faced.
Well, this is my first time here in Utah, and so I've been waiting to hear the two-strike caw chant, and that was it right there. You can hear the fans kind of starting slow and then working their way up.
There goes the runner down to second. Oh, and at second. What a throw by Sarah Gordon, scooped out of the dirt by the great Hannah Flippin. And the side is retired. So Cork still out in the sky. That's it for that one. Scoreless game as we play the bottom of the second inning. Jada Coleman, Sarah Gordon, Bri Ellis scheduled to bat against Nyjah Kennedy, who's off to a strong start. Looked really good in that first inning. What's going to be important for Kennedy if she wants to go farther in games than we've seen her so far this season?
I think that inside pitch to left-handed hitters. She's very confident in her curveball on her glove side to right-handed hitters, but you have to be able to throw both sides of the plate in this league. This is Nyjah's 5th game and her 4th start. She's thrown 14 2/3 innings coming into this one. Pours it past Coleman. This is a really interesting lineup when you think about Utah. They're so good. They're 10-4, but they're so pitching dominant. Their power is almost non-existent. Right back to Kennedy. AUSL's upcoming schedule. Tomorrow, the Carolina Blaze going to take on the Oklahoma City Spark. That's at 7 Eastern on ESPN2. Later, the Texas Volts and the Utah Talons going to finish off their quick 2-game series. It'll be a 9 Eastern start on MLB.TV. Next in line for the Talons, this is the catcher, Sarah Gordon. She has already earned her keep throwing out. Jackie Liss to end our second inning. Softly hit. Third baseman. Liss makes the play. 2 down. Kenzie, just finishing up my point. I'm looking at this lineup right here, and 3, 4, and 5 in the order for Utah. That's usually your best hitters, your power. Woolery, Coleman, and Gordon have combined for no homers on the season. It's kind of interesting. They do lead the league with triples. A lot of that is because they play at this big field here in Utah. But yeah, they are not a home run hitting team. And, you know, they've been missing a lot of their key pieces. This is the first time we've seen Jada Coleman in a long time. And Bri Ellis, she's been on the injured list. Charlize Palacios is still out with an injury. So they're missing a lot of their big bats. Hannah Flippin is working her way back. And that has been, to me, the most impressive part with how good the Talons have been, with the majority of their offense at times being out of the reserve pool. So if they can start to get everyone back healthy, that'll just make their lineup that much more lethal.
Off-speed pitch sails high. You got the 2025 College Player of the Year, Bri Ellis, batting against Nyjah Kennedy. In front. We'll do it again.
Who was the 2024 National Player of the Year. So the back-to-back Players of the Year going at it right here. Jordy Fromm winning that award this season for Nebraska.
Kennedy trying to get through another quick inning. Nyjah getting great advice in the first couple of weeks as a pro. Her general manager, Kat Osterman, one of the best pitchers, if not the best pitcher ever in the pro game, is the general manager, and they've had conversations trying to get Nyjah comfortable with pro ball. Ooh, wanted that one. Really wanted that one.
Now she's asking if it was down. You can see where Bri Ellis, her knees are. Ooh, that's close. It's close.
So Kennedy didn't get the call she wanted and eventually loses Ellis. Inning continues. walk allowed by Nyjah. Here's Savannah Jaquish. 31-year-old Savannah Jaquish. She's been a professional for 10 consecutive years. She's been a pro here in the States, a number of different leagues, and she's played internationally over in Japan. Little flipper, humpback liner, caught by the second baseman, Sierra Romero. So the walk does no damage to Kennedy. We're still scoreless, moving through the third.
That would make a pretty good team, just all those names in one lineup.
Rachel Garcia, deep to left field in the shadows. Nice play made by Allchin. One pitch, one out for Allchin, or for Corrick here in the third. Georgina's not wasting any time.
Here's number 51, Michaela Infield.
It's for Texas. You have to know that you're going to get a strike early, and so I think that's why we've seen a lot of early swings. But man, yeah, you have to be ready to go for Georgina. She's not wasting any time. Keeping that pitch count down.
Edenfield. Second baseman Jaquish makes the play. You would think that play would be relatively difficult for Jaquish, who doesn't play a lot of second, have to backpedal. But she made that look easy. Here's the number 9 batter, Leanne Good. Rookie national champion, 6 for 25 as a professional. Kenzie, what would you give this youngster Good in terms of advice taking on Georgina Corrick?
Oh man. Let me think about that. You just got to zone on one pitch. I'm looking side to side because she's going curve or screw. Those are her 2 best pitches. And so if you're going to look screwball, make sure you're off the plate. Give yourself some space. If you're looking curveball, I'd kind of angle my feet maybe a little bit, cheat my body, kind of angle myself towards right field as a right-handed hitter. Give myself the best ability to see her curveball as deep as possible.
3 balls and 2 strikes to Good.
And you can change pitch to pitch, right? One pitch, you can look one side of the plate. The next pitch, okay, that wasn't there for me. Let me switch my game plan and look away on this pitch. Really, until you get 2 strikes. And then you got to swing like that. You just got to foul it, get rid of it, put the pressure on the pitcher.
Corrick coming into this game, 10 innings of work, has only walked 1 batter. Just over the glove of Hannah Flippin. That's the second base hit for the Texas Volts. 2-out base runner.
Well, both base hits have been kind of similar, where it's a jam shot, not hit very hard, but enough. And you can see where this ball is located. It's in high and it's tight on the hands. Hannah Flippin doing everything she can, wishing she was 2 feet taller.
And Good is going to be lifted. We're going to have a pinch runner. Michaela McLean is going to make her pro debut. She was just signed earlier today. McLean is from Liberty, North Carolina. It's just outside of Greensboro, North Carolina. She played collegiately at both Campbell and Appalachian State. So she is a North Carolinian by birth and through. But getting an opportunity to play pro ball with the Texas Volts here in Salt Lake City, Utah. Welcome to the AUSL. I've spent a lot of time in North Carolina. I've never heard of Liberty, North Carolina. It's a town of less than 3,000, but it's produced a professional softball player. Here's Jaylen Allchin, struck out looking to begin the game. Two balls and a strike. the ground. Flippin. That's where ground balls go to die. Hannah Flippin doesn't make any mistakes.
Last is a rookie, but nice ball, good spot. Booney isn't, so I mean, they're spunky. They have a lot of energy. And it's so crazy because, you know, I would be considered the vet, but not out here on the green.
Well, Deja, I thought it was a little bit of a mistype when I got the lineup. I was like, wait, Deja in left field? Is that right? I had to like shoot back a text. Is this correct? But you were telling us that you have played outfield before. Can you let our audience know where you played outfield?
I have. I've played overseas in Japan the past 5 months since February, so I have learned how to play the outfield. Obviously, it's not grass, it's dirt out there, so it's a little bit different. And here the ball snakes on the ground, so trying to adapt to that out here on the Utes field. Good ball, good ball.
I mean, that's a drastic change from being, you know, behind the plate and then being as far away as you are right now in left field.
Oh, like, so weird.
Yeah, what is so different, and what do you have to do to make yourself ready to play left field?
Yeah, I'm so used to being involved every single pitch, thinking about what I'm going to call to these batters. And now I'm here in the outfield, and I feel more like I need to bring the energy out here. I need to be supporting Nyjah, but I also have to be aware, you know, if a ball's hit to me, I'm still playing. So just a different perspective.
Well, it's like one thing, you're making your outfield debut here with the AUSL with the field that has the most room in the outfield. So it's like here, no pressure, but you have a lot of ground to cover out there. Show off your speed.
For sure. No, I definitely felt it when I was doing some live reps during BP. But also the altitude has a... Okay.
Run it down, run it down. Great job.
Leadoff double for Hannah Flippin to begin our third inning.
You guys also work at a live ball while you're talking.
That's how it works.
Always find you, doesn't
The
it?
ball will find you. Hannah Flippin turning on this pitch, making Deja go way down the line, a couple of inches fair. That went right down the chalk all the way to the fence.
Here we go. Watch the bloop. Good ball, Nyjah.
Okay, so I see you're playing significantly more shallow now with Aaliyah at the plate. Is that just to protect the short game?
You know, Aaliyah is a triple threat, so she can do a little bit of everything. She also has pop on her bat, so we have to honor that as well. Well, with the runner on second, it's 0-0. We're trying to get the out at home if we can.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm like...
No, you catch your breath, girl.
And you get your work in here. Hey, Deja, just curious, we're looking at you and you're in the shadows when you're starting. Is that just kind of what we're seeing on television, or are the shadows kind of significant in what you're having to deal with?
Oh, the shadow is just left field. It's starting to tail into center, but I wish we had this in Texas for sure. Good job!
That's a fair ball. Ooh. That's a fair ball, and Andrews is safe. They missed the tag. And here comes the runner from third. Flippin's going to get there. The first run of the game scores, and it's a Talons 1-0 lead. The instincts of Hannah Flippin scoring the run for Utah.
There's a lot going on here. This ball was jammed down the line, and Rachel Garcia picking up very late. Not sure if it's fair or foul. There's a challenge, I think, going to be happening from Texas, whether this ball was fair or foul. It was called fair.
I think they're also probably going to challenge the entire thing. Did Garcia touch Andrews on the way by?
Texas is challenging the fair ball call. Plays under review.
There's lots to unpack here. The ball was straddling the line. If it's touching any part of the line, if it's getting any part of the white, when you touch it, it's a fair ball.
Okay. Maybe. I don't know. It's very sad. And we were literally pinched too.
This is going to be an angle that's too tough to see, and where Rachel fields it. I'm not going to lie, live I thought foul. but you have to pretend that everything is fair.
Well, if it was fair and Garcia picks it up.
Manufacture your first run, just flat out making something happen. And that's unfortunate for Nyjah, right? Because that's a ball put in play where you're thinking, okay, that's an out. It's not a good piece of hitting. It's just a little bit of a jam shot, and you look up and a run is being scored.
Back to the top of the order, this is Kaylee Wyckoff. What a turn of events here. Flipping the 8-hitter, leads off with her first double of the season, and then scores on a ball hit by Aaliyah Andrews that only went about 40 feet down the line. Way out in front, this is going to curve foul. Kenzie, when you were a player, how would you calm yourself if you're Canada? Of course, you've been in big games and won a whole bunch of them. But when you have things not go your way mid-game, how did you get back in the flow of things?
You have to have your routine. You have to find your breathing points. A lot of times pitchers will have visuals where they look to. And I love the bounce back there from the rookie, not being phased at all of the chaos that's happening around her. And you have to have such short-term memory as a pitcher. You have to let it go. You cannot think about it, whether it's pitch to pitch. I didn't like that call. No, you can't think about it. Goes right back in. And Eric, that's that inside corner that I am loving to see from Nyjah.
It's the first strikeout of the game for Nyjah. Jaylen Allchin, single back in the first inning. 25-year-old now in her third professional season. And she's down in the count 0-2. With the way Georgina Corrick is pitching, not only this game, but all season long, you wonder if one run's enough. Deep drive to center field. Lassiter goes back. It's gone to the deepest part of the ballpark. Jaylen Allchin, touch them all. On an 0-2 pitch.
What did I say about Jaylen Allchin being the hottest hitter in this Talons offense? She has been the most consistent piece. They've been missing a lot of their key hitters, but one hitter they have not been missing is Jaylen Allchin. Returning from a season ago where she was so fun to watch out of the reserve pool, she is not a reserve player anymore. She is a key player. And you see Georgina Corrick all smiles, and we know the ERA that Georgina has, and you asked if one run is enough. Well, 3 might be enough. That was an absolute blast.
And with that, the worm has turned quickly. We will have a pitching change. Nyjah Kennedy is going to give the ball to Aaliyah Binford.
So just staying disciplined to getting the pitch that I want and just sticking with the plan.
I love it. We'll go celebrate with your team. Congrats.
Thank you so much. Go Talons!
Jaylen Allchin on an 0-2 pitch ends the ball game for Nyjah Kennedy. 3 earned runs against Kennedy. New pitcher, Aaliyah Binford, who has been about as busy as any player in the AUSL. She is a middle-of-the-order bat, and she comes out of the bullpen more often than anyone else. This is now her 10th appearance of the season.
Yeah, it's not if you're going to see Aaliyah Binford, it's when, because she is the relief pitcher for Texas. And you look at her ERA, she is 4th in the league in her ERA. Has an ERA just about 1.5. And so she's been so good for Texas in this position. It's just, is it too late?
Jordan Woolery looking for her first pro homer. Will have to settle for a single. She's aboard, inning continues. We have had a double, 2 singles, and a home run for Utah here in the 3rd inning.
Look at the difference with how much she has been used as a reliever. She's been one of those players that has been asked to do a lot of things. We've seen her at first base. Of course, you have to have her bat in the lineup, but she's always in the mix.
Jada Coleman. Coleman now the 6th batter runner for Utah here in the third inning. One ball and one strike to Coleman. Four national championships as a college player for Coleman. Goes the other way, gonna challenge Mulipola. And Deja up to the task. Good play. Looking up in the shadows, Mulipola made a difficult play look routine.
That was a good piece of hitting from Coleman. We were talking to Deja earlier in this inning about how much space that you have out there in the outfield. There's got to be a lot of communication because you have to get on your horse for some of those balls.
Good ball.
Sarah Gordon next in line. Limited time, Gordon is now 6 for 11. She popped out to third back in the second inning. On the ground sharply, scooped up by Romero, side is retired. So Binford out of the pen.
Told me I'm hungrier to be better than ever this season. And Cork throws 11 months out of the year. She just got back from a full season in the Japanese league where she said she was experimenting with her craft. But when it comes to pitching in the States, Cork understands where everyone else in this league is power pitchers. Her strength is within her control. Control of the zone, control of her pitches, and how she wants them to move. And Kenzie and Eric, keep your eye on because she's also been working in the bullpens with Coach Bear on a drop ball. So that could be a secret weapon late in the season.
Great stuff, Sydney. She is a joy to watch. She's a master at her craft. 27 years of age. I find that staggering that she throws 11 months of the year.
Ball is literally life. But I think that is super cool, right? Head coach Cynthia Ball Malone, this is her first year at that head position for Utah. And one of the best pitching coach and pitching minds of our game. And so I think that says so much that a veteran like Georgina is like, let me work with Coach Bear, as she has known in our softball community. Let's talk with Coach Bear and see what I can get better at.
Softly right side. Winning the race to the bag is Wyckoff. One down.
Here's number 2, Deja.
9 complete games this season. 3 of them coming, the first 3 games that the Talons played against this Volts team. That was in Round Rock.
And the pitching staff for Utah giving up as many runs as they allowed walks. Which is kind of an interesting stat. They just do not walk you.
Deja Mulipola, a little bit tardy. Doing some numbers crunching on Deja, now 28 years of age. She's got 24 lifetime homers throughout Athletes Unlimited competition. That spans 95 games. So basically a homer every 4 games that she plays. Integral part of the 2020 United States Olympic team that brought home a silver. She has been superb as a professional. Three balls and 2 strikes. Hannah flipping from her knees. Just couldn't get the ball out of her hand.
And
Infield single from Mulipola.
oh, that would have been electric. She wanted it. And she can make that play from her knees. We've seen her do it. Going to her right a little bit, laying out, and then just trying to pop up and get it out of her glove and into her throwing hand.
That one's going to fall. It's a fair ball. Binford is aboard. Back-to-back singles for Texas. So signs of life offensively for the Bolts.
Yeah, and only one out. Second time through the order. The 3 and the 4 spot, just finding bat to ball, spraying the field a little bit. Both singles to the left side of the field, working that screwball that Corrick is going in tight to the right-handed hitters with.
So a bit of a reset right now for the entire infield of the Utah Talons. Well, would you like a chance to win a custom AUSL Rawlings glove? Now is your chance. /win to enter today. First pitch misses high and outside. This is Jackie Liss. Liss is low-key maybe the hitter that Texas wants up in this spot. She has hit in each of her last 4 games, had a single her first time up against Corrick.
Now there's 3 rookies in this lineup for Texas, and they're spaced out in this lineup. Jackie Liss, one of them, in that 5-hole. And we have seen her work her way up in this lineup. Look at the batting average. She's been getting it done.
Ball and 2 strikes. Corrick has the ability to bear down when she needs to. Send Mulipola, she'll score standing. Corrick is a really good defender as a pitcher, but couldn't get the glove down in time, and it's going to play to run for the Volts.
Oh, I feel for Georgina here. This does not feel good. I mean, she's given us the thumbs up. We're watching the replay. That ball is, man, hit right on the money, right back at her. And the ricochet off of her leg all the way out to left field.
Man, I really wish that ball had gone through, because with a magician like Flippin out there at shortstop, who was naturally moving towards the bag at second, I wonder if Flippin could have turned too.
I mean, she would have had to be positioned right up the middle. That ball was smoked. I didn't see where she was positioned right before the pitch. I was watching the monitor, but she's pretty center, normal shortstop position here.
All right, so the inning continues. 3 consecutive singles by the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for Texas. Mulipola, Binford, and now Liss. Here's Sierra Romero. Sierra struck out swinging back in the 2nd inning. Only saw 3 pitches. Trying to frame a strike, doesn't work. It's 3-0. Rachel Garcia on deck for Texas. 4-pitch walk. 2 extremes for Romero. Struck out on 3 pitches in the 2nd. Walks on 4 pitches here in the 4th.
First walk of the ball game for the Talons.
Here's Rachel Garcia.
Rachel Garcia grabs it back. Swung at the first pitch back in the 3rd inning. Fly it out to left field. That's now 5 consecutive misses for Corrick. Finally gets a call.
If I'm Rachel, I'm taking a hack here. This is a hitter's count. Bases are loaded. 1 out. Oof. It's a good pitch. And Corrick, she has been living on that outer edge to these right-handed hitters for Texas. There's only 1 lefty, and that's Riley Boone. The rest are righties, and Georgina has been working her curveball.
bouncing ball, scooped up by Jaquish, a run scores. So give the RBI to Garcia, just put it in play and a run scores. It's now a 3-2 game. Both Romero and Liss move up an extra base. There are 2 outs now for Michaela Edenfield. And something's going on with Romero. Sierra's being looked at by the training staff.
Looks like they were working her hand. And she goes into slide at second base. See both of her hands kind of dragging the dirt there.
It's a thin roster right now for Texas. They need all hands on deck.
Literally.
Tiari Jennings is a big part of what they do. She's not available tonight. Missed the game on Sunday against the Cascade. All right, Sierra's going to gut it out. 2 in scoring position with 2 outs. Here's the second-year pro Edenfield. Edenfield has 3 hits on the year, 1 of them a homer. Retired. Corrick gives up a pair. It's back to a 1-run game.
Watching us play, so that's really the motivation behind this.
Have you gotten a look at your ring? Today was ring day. Let's talk about it.
It was ring day, and I actually got to design it, so I was really excited to see their faces. I didn't even really look at it. I was looking at everyone to see how they liked it, and we put a lot of thought into it, and we put a lot of quotes and stuff that dear to our hearts from last year. So yeah, that was really exciting to see them get the rings.
Wait, so take us into the design process. Who was a part of it, and what did you want to make sure was on the ring?
Yeah, so Kim helped, Coach Lisa helped, Sydney and I, and we wanted to, yes, Bree, let's go.
Bree Ellis hard down the right field line, chugging her way for second, and she'll make it standing. A leadoff double.
And baby Bree, so the things that we wanted it to be a part of it, there was a lot of sayings that we had. So we had bless this nest on the inside that was really special to us. We had a caw on the side. We really wanted to make sure that there was the inaugural season stamp on it, and the front of it has the Talon eye. So yeah, just a lot of little details. There was a field a part of it, so just a lot of different diamonds on the front, a girl's best friend, so it was beautiful.
What'd you see from that swing right there from Bree?
Bree is just looking so good this year. I'm so proud of her. I know the work that she's put in this year. Look at her. I know the work that she's put in behind the scenes, so just happy to see her swing go off, and like she'd say, this is vintage her.
Rachel Becker will replace her at second, so more speed. No outs as we play the home half of the 4th inning. Savannah Jaquish is the next batter. Charlize, you've been a pro for a number of years now. What was the big difference for you as you moved on from being a rookie to your second year? Talking about Bree Ellis, how do you improve from year on once you become a pro?
Yeah, I feel like year one, my year one was very special. I got to play it with my sister, so I feel like kind of all my thoughts were on her. So year 2 kind of felt like year 1 for me. I felt like it was a brand new system. We had the AUSL model now, so I feel like that was so different. But I think what's really cool is that we're all getting to know each other, and then we had the returners come back, and just the culture piece I feel like is something that you have to learn. Having a rookie come from what they were used to in college and then coming out here, and the speed of the game is just different. So I feel like finally getting to a point where you can get comfortable and realize, okay, I'm a part of this team, I'm going to make a difference here. I feel like that's the biggest thing, being a rookie than to become a vet.
Well, the core of your group is still together, of course, you being in that catcher and that battery and your pitchers, but you add a new head coach and Coach Cindy Ball-Malone. How has it been to work with Coach Baird this season?
Yeah, I was lucky enough to work with her on Team USA a few years back, and I just know that she's just a gritty competitor, and that's all that I could ask for. I love having a female head coach. I think it's awesome. I'm not taking away anything from Doss. He was amazing, and we miss him every single day, but I feel like a perfect person to fill his shoes was Coach Baird, and she's just been having so much fun with us. I feel like she gets us, and she is part of the game. She had a great year this season, and we were just excited to have her on our side.
Well, I know that she is very involved at, pitching is her background, and you have been calling some pitches. I've heard that, you haven't been behind the plate, but you've been so involved. What has it been like working alongside Coach Baird and having a pitching plan for your pitchers?
Yeah, I think it's obviously every pitching coach is different. She obviously pitched as well, so getting her perspective, I was really excited for that. I call based on the pitchers that I know them very well, and just like what works, and also like I pitch the way I wouldn't want to be pitched to if I was hitting. So that's kind of how I pitch call it, and she looks at it from a very different perspective. So I love to kind of like blend that. I always feel like having everyone's kind of like thought process there. I don't know if you see like Montana and Megan, when they're not on the mound, they're helping me. When George is not on the mound, she's there helping me. I just feel like we have such a cool battery and such a cool staff that it makes it so easy to be able to like get their input, and I'm here for it. I want to hear what they have to say and like what they think we could be better at.
Charlize, thank you for your time. So much fun watching you and seeing this team evolve. Want to see you back in the uniform soon. Okay?
Yes, thank you guys so much.
That is Charlize Palacios joining us. Talons with a rally. They get 2 on. Here's Hannah flipping. Shows bunt. And didn't poke at it. So the count's 1 ball and 1 strike. You got Rachel Becker on at second. She's the pinch runner. She replaces Bree Ellis, who had the leadoff double. She's followed by Savannah Jaquish at first. Hannah Flippin can do a lot of different things with the bat in her hands. Shows bunt, and it's foul. And that is just going to chap Hannah. She prides herself on being able to do whatever's needed at any moment. Well, she wants to get that bunt down.
I've sat in this booth and watched Hannah Flippin drop so many drag bunts from the right side when she was at Utah. Of course, at her home field, but she's just one of those players that is not afraid to give up her power. And whether it's bunting to advance her teammates or get herself on base, she'll do it. But now having to fight with 2 strikes.
Tough to strike Hannah Flippin out. Flip got things started an inning ago. Leadoff double. Came around and scored. Just a fantastic heads-up play. Caught the Texas Volts napping. Off-speed pitch. We'll do it again.
I'm loving this battle. 2 competitors. Leah Binford trying to keep this ball down in the zone, whether it's her drop ball or her changeup. Hannah Flippin trying to advance her teammates.
What a pitch by Binford. Strikes out Hannah Flippin. First out here in the 4th inning.
You see the frustration from the veteran, and this is so huge for Binford. That drop ball just simply on the outer half. And she can't believe it. Huge first out.
Here's Aaliyah Andrews. She was part of that really odd play an inning ago. Hit a dribbler down the first base line. It stayed fair. Garcia picked it up right on the chalk and was not able to tag out Andrews. And in the ensuing confusion, Hannah Flippin scored all the way from second. That was our first run of the game. Andrews eventually came around to score on the home run by Allchin. Stabs at it, comes up empty. 1-2. Shortstop good. Everyone's going to be safe. single for Andrews.
Well, this is what makes Aaliyah Andrews so tough. She's unable to get the sacrifice. Yes, there's 2 strikes, but she just simply says, I'm going to my short game. I'm going to work the dirt. Hitting that ball, 5-6 hole, Leanne Good trying to get to it. And setting the lineup and turning it over for the top. Texas making a change in the circle.
So Binford responsible for the 3 base runners. And instead of facing Wyckoff, we're going to have a new pitcher, Ali Cardo. Tons of international and professional experience. Cardo will come in to a difficult spot here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Now CBS Sports Network's coverage of Athletes Unlimited softball continues on Saturday with these teams back in action. First up, catch the Volts taking on the Chicago Bandits at 4:30 Eastern. Then the Talons, we're going to square off with the Carolina Blaze. That'll be a 9 o'clock start. 6 teams in the AUSL, 25 total games played by every club. Top 3 teams make the postseason. All right, Ali Cardo comes on to pitch for a 2nd consecutive game for the Texas Volts. Let's talk about the veteran right-hander.
Yeah, similar to Georgina Korik, was playing professionally in Japan, and so making her debut with her new team this week. It's her AUSL debut as well. She's been a pro for over a decade, but we haven't seen her in the AUSL, so it's been fun to see this veteran experience come to this league. This is an Olympian who has pitched in the biggest of big games.
33 years of age, 5'8" right-hander, graduated from UCLA back in 2015. She, like Deja Mulipola, like Rachel Garcia, a member of the 2021 Olympic team that took home silver in Tokyo. So Cardo inherits a mess. Becker's on at 3rd. Jake Wish, the runner at 2nd. Andrews on at 1st. There is just 1 out, and Kaylee Wyckoff is the batter.
Wearing number 46, Kaylee Wyckoff.
0 for 2 so far today, Wyckoff. That was against Nija Kennedy. Now facing Ali Cardo. Infield is pinched in all the way around. Looks like their play's going to be at the plate. Cardo starts with a strike.
The outfield for Texas pretty shallow as well.
My goodness. And Riley Boone and right is super shallow. If Wyckoff can lift it over Boone's head, 3 runs guaranteed to score. Off the end of the bat.
Ali Cardo, she can bring it 70 plus. We'll work her screwball away to left-handed hitters. We'll work a curveball to both sides of the plate. It has an off-speed pitch she's very confident in.
Little half swing to left field. Foul territory catch is made. Mulipola not nearly deep enough for Becker to give it a try.
That's a big out for Cardo, an unproductive out for Utah. But you have 1 more batter to get through for this inning, and we just saw Jaylen Allchin lift a 2-run shot off of Nija Kennedy in the 3rd inning.
2nd homer of the year for Allchin. Be fun to see a grand slam hit by someone other than Bailey Klingler in the AUSL.
I think another one was hit today, grand slam by Sammy Williams. Bandits run ruling the Cascade.
What a day for Sam. Was 7 runs batted in?
Yeah, I believe so. I think that's what it was. Jeez. Slammy Williams, if you will.
Another swing. Ball goes off the end of the bat.
Here's that home run from Jaylen, who's been in this 2 spot. And the key for Jaylen is to have people on base for her. And so what a position she is in right now. Bases are loaded. See if she can put up another big swing.
2-2.
That home run was on an 0-2 count, so she's very confident and comfortable swinging with 2 strikes.
Shortstop good. Everyone's going to be safe. 2 runs will score. 2 more runs batted in for Jaylen Allchin. It's now a 5-2 lead for Utah.
Well, that's a 3 for 3 days so far for Jaylen. 2 strikes, full count, everyone's on the move, and she just puts it up the middle. And Leanne Good is doing everything she can. Ball gets out of her glove. And because everyone was on the move, it was a full count. Savannah Jaquish able to score.
There goes Allchin. No throw. So now 2 in scoring position for Jordan Woolery. Utah Talons run more than any team in the league. They now have 10 stolen bases through the first 15 games. Woolery, last time up, single. She is 1 for 2. She's hit the ball hard twice. First time up, she lined out to the pitcher. Softly hit. Romero makes the play on the outfield grass. Side is retired, but 2-run score for the Talons. Their lead is back to 3, 5-2. Here in Salt Lake City, on the campus of University of Utah. Utah Talons keep on keeping on. They've got the best record in the league, 10-4. And now we're gonna have some changes defensively behind Georgina Korick. Hannah Flippen's going to remain the shortstop, but everyone else is moving around. The new third baseman, Savannah Jaquish, she moves over from second. Rachel Becker remains in the game. She's the second baseman. And at first base is Jordan Woolery. So Woolery moves from third to first. I change your scorecard around, Kenzie Fowler?
Yeah, I don't think I'm even
arrows and X's
gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna rely what I see on the field. I'm not even gonna try and change it on the scorebook.
Well, Texas has got to feel kind of good about themselves. They were able to score twice an inning ago against Georgina Korick. They sent 7 batters to the plate. It'll be Leanne Good leading things off against Korick. Well, we've got a timeout. I'm not sure what's going on. Korick just wants to get it going. All right, here we go. Good singled against Korick, her first time up. Korick has been good, Kenzie, but she's not been flawless. She's given up 5 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned.
I really liked the adjustments that we saw from Texas in that 4th inning. Second time through, you could tell the pitch selection was better. Tell that they had a plan on that inner half. And then Korick started to make her adjustments. Saw the singles from Deja Mulipola and Aaliyah Binford and Jackie Liss, who are all those right-handed hitters, getting pitches on the inner half. So then Korick says, okay, I see that you're adjusting to my inside stuff. I need to work my curveball and go outside.
Korick has walked 1. On walk 3 strikeouts through 4 for Korick. Marine biology major at USF. Spent 5 years there. All kinds of records for Georgina. Off-speed pitch, called strike 3. So good, strikes out to begin the 5th inning.
This is just a veteran having confidence in her changeup. Full count, first batter of this inning. No problem, just so nasty.
Here's Jaylen Allchin, 0 for 2 against Corrick. This is the 3rd time through the lineup for Texas. Their 3rd look against Corrick. First time through the order, they went 2 for 9 with 3 strikeouts. Those 2 hits were singles. Second time through the lineup, they went 3 for 8 with a walk. So getting progressively better against Corrick.
That's a good sign for Georgina to pick up that strikeout, because the last 2 innings, of course, Texas putting on the pressure. She did not have a strikeout in those 2 innings, in the 3rd and in the 4th.
2-0 pitch, sails across for a strike. Thing of beauty. And with the fans chanting caw, 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 Allchin went too far. Back-to-back punch-outs for Corrick.
And back-to-back strikeouts on that changeup. And one thing about Georgina's changeup is she doesn't miss, and it's so deceptive. Over 70% of the time, her changeup is a strike, whether it's called for a strike or swung on.
Softly, no one's at first. Miscommunication between Corrick and Woolery, who had just moved over from 3rd, and it's going to be ruled an infield single. Riley Boone is aboard with 2 outs.
Well, Corrick goes back to that changeup, and the only play is for Corrick to field it and for Jordan just to stay at first base, but she vacates way too far.
Here's the powerful Deja Mulipola, looking for her 1st homer of the season. Home run distance, but well foul. One and 2.
All right, ready for the cheers? It should come here, right? Here it comes. Yep. That's a good take. It's a veteran take. This catcher just knowing the strike zone.
Look out. Aaliyah Binford in the on-deck circle. Just saw her life fly before her eyes.
Yeah, if I'm Binford, I am not going to stand on that side of the on-deck circle. And here in the Pro League, you can be on either side. You can stand in either circle. I am going to be behind Deja, 100%.
Mulipola and Corrick have faced each other dozens of times on multiple continents. They've been professionals for a long time now. Both have played here in the States and in Japan. Both have played in national competition for national teams. Mulipola, Team USA, and Georgina with the Great Britain national team.
Yep.
Softly back to Corrick, and the side is retired. Two-out single by Riley Boone goes by the wayside. Utah leads Texas. All right, we've made it to the bottom of the 5th inning. The home team leading by 3. 5-2 is our score. Jada Coleman bats against Allie Carta. Carta came in with 2 outs an inning ago. 33-year-old right-hander. Former UCLA Bruin. Great two-way player as a college player. Coleman, Gordon, and Ellis batting here in the 5th inning. We've seen a lot of different philosophies over the years in professional softball. Right now, Texas is going the philosophy of you don't want anyone in the lineup to see a pitcher twice. We've already had 3 different pitchers, Kennedy, Binford, and now Carta. While Utah just doesn't subscribe to that at all.
Yep.
Utah is gunning for complete games by Megan Faremo, by Montana Fouts. Today, Georgina Cork. That's kind of set their MO.
Yeah, and Coach Ball Malone has kind of joked about that this season. Like, hey, you know us. If they're doing all right, we're just going to leave them out there and see how far they can take us. It has been the reason that their arms continue to be as fresh as they are, and those complete games continue to rack up.
Off of Carta! Flips it with their glove! Great play by Carta! 1 down. Carta sacrificing her body.
Oh my goodness, just takes a shot, but does not hesitate at all. Let me go run this thing down. Jada Coleman can't believe it.
How athletic was Carta on that play?
Incredible. And then the glove flip as well.
Here's Sarah Gordon. 69 miles per hour, called strike 1. Gordon played collegiately at Louisville, finished up at Georgia. She is from the state of South Carolina. She's from Lexington, South Carolina. True rookie, 22 years of age. Off to a good start. She has 6 hits in 12 pro at-bats. And I was watching her between innings. As a catcher, when she's thrown down to second base, good golly. She has got an absolute cannon. Softly to third. Jackie Liss retires Gordon. Bree Ellis will re-enter. Ellis doubled an inning ago. That was against Aaliyah Binford. She was subbed out by Rachel Becker. And now Ellis will come back in. It's been fun to see the progression. Last year, Ellis coming in as the National Collegiate Player of the Year. She hit 186 with 1 homer. This year, second look as a pro. Coming into this game, she had a 400 batting average. She is 1 for 1 today for the walk. She has 9 hits and 21 at-bats. Totally different play.
I think there's a lot of, the credit of that she deserves for what she did in the offseason. Whether it's working on your swing or working on your mental game, but also just like having a breath. I feel for these rookies. They are going hard for a year straight. I think it's just an emotional roller coaster, right? You're wrapping up one career, starting another, and all of a sudden the pro game is here and you're facing an All-American every single at-bat. That's a lot for these rookies to handle, and so I love to see in year 2 she's 1 year wiser, understands what's ahead of her this season, and she just looks like she's in a better spot.
I don't know if it's just me, but she's giving me Lauren Chamberlain vibes.
Ooh.
Her stance, her swing.
Kind of those low hands. Yeah.
Lauren Chamberlain could go.
Proud victim of the Lauren Chamberlain home run.
Did you?
Yeah, very proud.
Ask her to sign it for you.
One of hundreds of us. It's like Megan Grant, you know, in this generation, all the pitchers like, yeah, okay, I gave up a home run to Megan Grant. Join the club. Who hasn't?
This is something I remember from Alice a year ago when she was not getting the hits that she would have liked. I remember all the foul balls that were always hammered down the left field line. All right, last 8 games, 7-1, and just blistering teams. Not so much tonight. It's a 3-run game. For a 2-strike swing. Bree Ellis keeps on keeping on. Second hit of the night.
Well, that's her second hit off of Ali Carta and dealing with a different arsenal. So the double that she had in her last at-bat was on the outer half, and she roped it down the right field line. And to me, as a pitcher, that always kind of perks my ears up. Okay, that was a really nice piece on the opposite field. Okay, I got to change it up. I'm going to go inner half. And she just sits on that inside pitch, ropes it to the left side of the field.
Savannah Jaquish. Savannah is choking up on the bat this time against Carta. She's got a good 2 inches below the knob. As a pitcher, do you notice that?
No, you can't really see it, but it is unique.
Jaquish walked her last time up. Actually walked on 4 pitches. Chance she walks on 8 consecutive bad pitches. Get me over strike is a strike. So Carter's gotten back into this count. 3-2. Ball 4. Ball slides away from the catcher for a moment. So a 2-out rally for Utah. The 2026 AUL season is here. Get your 4-game Flex Pass, single game, season, and group tickets for all 6 teams today by visiting theausl.com. AUSL, this is legendary. And we will have another meeting in the circle. Carter was cruising. 2 ground ball outs to begin this 5th inning.
Yeah, there's no time to rest if you're Texas. This is where Utah has done their most damage this season. They are the best team in the league with 2-out hitting. And you think about in the 4th inning when they did score those 2 runs, that 2 RBI single from Jaylen Allchin, it was with 2 outs.
Well, she's smiling right now, but heading to the plate is an angry Hannah Flippin. Flippin her last time up had a similar situation. She had 2 base runners on. At that time, there was nobody out. She tried to lay it out a bunt, which she's normally great at. Wasn't able to get it down. Eventually struck out, which is a rarity. So she wants to atone here. Hard, but right to the shortstop. One shortstop grounds out to the other. Good makes a nice play, and the side is retired. Still a 3-run game. Utah 5, Texas 2. Bat against Cork. Remember, this is the 3rd time through the order for Cork. When you get this late into a game, you see the same pitcher. Sometimes, usually, it's advantage hitter. Binford likes to swing early to count. Kenzie Fowler mentions this all the time. She has 41 at-bats now, including today's 2. She hadn't walked once. Not once.
I'm not throwing her a strike first pitch of every at-bat. I'm just not doing it.
Seconds. Jaquish. Jaquish has impressed me at second base today. I like her actions.
Athlete. I have never seen her play second base. I've seen her consistently at 3rd. I've seen her a couple of times in her career at first base. We've seen her a lot behind the plate. Of course, Utah still missing their main catcher, Charlize Palacios, and so having to get a little bit creative with their lineup defensively. But when you have an athlete like Savannah Jayquish that can plug and play anywhere, I mean, she could also play outfield if you needed her to.
I think this is so interesting and so wonderful of an illustration of it. The highest level, how valuable you can be if you can play multiple positions.
Oh, yeah.
Liss flies out to left field, quickly 2 outs here in the 6th inning.
Well, we talk about it all the time that when you get to college, I mean, I remember all of my teammates, like half of them are playing the position that you were recruited to play or played your whole life. Very rarely will you go from club ball to college and play the exact position that you played your whole life. You're probably going to have to play something else because, you know, there's 9 spots out there and everyone is elite.
This is going to be a super quick inning for Cork. 2 ground ball outs to Jayquish and a shallow pop out to Allchin. To the bottom of the 6th we go.
Could not be better.
Aaliyah Andrews, her 2nd year as a Talon. She's had a nice night, 2 for 2. But because this is pro ball, this is what happens. She's 2 for 2, but against 2 different pitchers than she's seeing now. Hot smash, smothered by Liss. 1 down.
What about Jackie Liss? I mean, I think she's been at 3rd base now for about a full week with Amina Vega, who was the everyday 3rd baseman for Texas, departing the team, taking a job in medical sales. And so the Volts having to shuffle their lineup around and figure out who was going to be replacing Amina.
Wow, right underneath the left foot of Ali Carta. 1 out single, Kaylee Wyckoff. We've had a bunch of atom balls right to the pitcher.
Well, kind of similar to Jackie Liss, Kaylee Wyckoff, another rookie here in the AUSL who is turning into a breakout star. Has worked her way in from the reserve pool, now in that leadoff spot. First pitch, ready to go up the middle.
Perfect night for Jaylen Allchin. 3 for 3. Wow, who goes 3 for 3 with 2 singles, a home run, and 4 runs batted in, and then thinks about laying down a bunt?
Yeah, we need a triple or a double. And then see if she can get one more at bat in the 7th.
I'm sure she doesn't want an at bat in the 7th. Utah wants to end this game.
That's true.
We've never seen a cycle in the AUSL. It's hard to do.
I always think like a bunt should count for something in our sport. Like you hit a home run, you're swinging away, these triple threat hitters. Like can you do a slap hitter cycle where you get a chop slap, a swing away, home run, and a bunt?
That's called a Natasha Watley.
Hey.
Natasha Watley was
the triple threat.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the ball game for Allchin. What an offensive night. 4 for 4.
She's incredible, and she's just feeling it. And this is a pitch that's not comfortable. That is not a good hitter's pitch. That's a good pitcher's pitch that somehow Jaylen Allchin gets her hands out of the way, lets the barrel work, and she smashes it to the right side of the field.
Here's Jordan Woolery. With the 4 for 4 ball game, Allchin began the day hitting 326. She's now up to 382. Woo. Similar night tomorrow, and she'll be at 400. 0-2 to Woolery. Do you think Jordan Woolery knows or is bothered by the fact that she's not hit a professional homer?
Yeah. Yes.
Obviously she knows. But you think that bothers her?
Well, I don't think it bothers her, but she's like, I want it. This is one of the best hitters that we have seen of recent. And she just happened to be on the same team with Megan Grant, who is the NCAA single season record holder. But Jordan Woolery, man, a career season at UCLA this year.
36 homers for Woolery. And she's doing just fine. 353 batting average, yes. But looking for that first homer.
And I love this matchup too. This is two UCLA all-time greats, completely separated by over 10 years. But Jordan Woolery was the Big Ten Player of the Year, now facing Ali Carter, who's the Pac-12 Player of the Year. And it's kind of interesting. Utah does have 5 UCLA alums on their roster. Of course, Texas has 2 with Rachel Garcia and Ali Carter. And of course, you add Lisa Fernandez. That's 8 Bruins that are in the house.
Woolery has seen everything Carter has to offer. Inside out swing. That was odd.
It's just not comfortable. Ali Carter, she's throwing 70 miles an hour, and that's a screwball in tight on your hands. And it's not a pitch that you want, right? It's full count. You can't sit on something. You have to find a way to get rid of it.
On the ground. Only plays at first. 2 down. That was actually the first professional chance for Michaela McLean. She came in a couple innings ago to run, and now she's playing shortstop in place of Leanne Good. And we're going to have a pitching change. Naja Kennedy, who began the day in the circle for the Volts, she's going to come on and try and get this third out of the 6th inning. Wow, so they are really committed to not having anyone face the same pitcher twice. Jada Coleman's the scheduled batter. Coleman faced Kennedy in the 2nd inning. She faced Aaliyah Binford in the 3rd inning. She faced Ali Carter in the 5th inning. So now we're going to go back to Kennedy. So 4 at-bats for Coleman with a different pitcher from one time to the next.
That's got to be so frustrating too, right? She's probably getting all the information from her teammates. Okay, I got it, 2nd time around, and then here comes the pitching change.
Well, if you weren't here for the beginning of the game, Naja Kennedy pitched into the 3rd inning. She gave up the home run to Jaylen Allchin and then was lifted. She faced 11 batters. She had 1 strikeout. She had 1 walk. She gave up the 3 runs. They were all earned.
Is Georgina playing the piano there? What is going on?
She's got another 3 outs to get. She wants another complete game. All right, runners at 2nd and 3rd. 2 outs. Jada Coleman swings at the first pitch from Kennedy. Kenzie, I'm sure this happened to you at some point. You start a game, you leave, you come back in. What's it like when you return?
It's tough, and you have to stay more mentally locked in than anything. It's going to be tougher mental than it is physical. But of course, you do have to go re-warm up at some point. And you just hope that there's a lot of communication about this being the plan, because if there is a lot of communication, I'm ready to go. I know what the game plan is.
That's a confident swing by Coleman.
You're coming in with 2 runners on. You're facing Jada Coleman, part of the lineup.
Took something off Sails High. Runner on at 3rd base. That's Kaylee Wyckoff. Following her at 2nd, Jaylen Allchin. Another foul back to the screen. super quick 2-game series. Great pitching matchup tomorrow. Montana Fouts versus Rachel Garcia. Swung on and missed. Kennedy, how do you do? So Naja Kennedy comes out of the pen. It's been powered by Jaylen Allchin, who has 4 hits in the game. She joins Hannah Flippin as the only 2 Utah Talons in franchise history with 4-hit games. It'll be the bottom third in the order for Texas. Rachel Garcia, Michaela Edenfield, and Leanne Good. Those are the scheduled 3. We'll see if there's any pinch hitters. There's actually no one, and now there's someone in the on-deck circle, and it's not Edenfield. So we will kind of play it by ear to see who bats against Cork here in the 7th. Georgina coming off a 5-pitch 6th inning. Her next pitch will be her 91st. Should still be relatively fresh.
It's just so tough in this league to go the distance. To see these lineups and see these hitters for multiple times, 3 times through, 4 times through.
No swing.
Continue to give them different looks, use different pitches from your arsenal, find different ways to get outs.
Ball 4.
Ooh.
That's what Texas needs, base runners. Garcia, good professional at bat, saw everything Cork had to offer, and is aboard. Okay, this is supposed to be Michaela Edenfield's spot in the lineup, and the Volts decided to go in a different direction. They will bring Jayden Goodwin to the plate. Goodwin's first look at Georgina Cork. Just going to go through the formality of the sub being announced. Jayden Goodwin.
Well, that was a fun shot there. You see college, Georgia, and so she's chatting it up with her former teammate, Sarah Gordon, behind the plate. Just wearing the same uniform a couple of weeks ago.
Little number, got a lot of spin on it. Jaquish goes the short way. They get the lead runner. Wow! So Michaela McLean will bat. She came on as a pinch runner. We've seen her play some defense at shortstop. This will be her first pro at bat. And it's in the 7th inning of a 3-run game against the best pitcher in the game. Good luck.
That's a welcome to the pros moment.
Softly hit, shallow left field, and Hannah Flippin runs it down. 2-time Defensive Player of the Year in the pro ranks. 2 outs.
Just flat out running it down. You see the drop step there. She runs, and then she reaches up the last minute. And you can see the communication as she's making this play, as she's running it down. She's telling her left fielder, Jaylen Allchin, I got it, I got it.
Final hold for Texas, Jayla Lassiter. To third, Woolery throws her out, ball game. It's another complete game for the Utah Talons, their 10th of the season.